Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 157 of my new Comics Haul series, where I show you guys the new books that I pick up at my LCS every week. Pretty small week for me this time around. I've only got issues from Marvel actually, so no independents or anything like that. 4 issues though, and some really big releases. It's Blood Hunt week, so let's just get right into it with the first issue of this brand new event, Blood Hunt. So I actually upgraded to the red band versions. They announced a while ago that they'd be selling these red band, like mature versions of the issues with like extra pages that I guess are too violent for any kind of rating that Marvel's had before, parental advisory type stuff now. They come in these poly bags, so you get a plastic bag with the special logo on it, and then I think the Blood Hunt logo itself has like blood dripping off of it, and I think I saw that Blade and like the shadow of all the Avengers and characters here, it looks a little bit different. Maybe there's more going on there. I've been super excited for this for a long time. Honestly, there hasn't been like too much build up to this event. I guess Jed MacKay, who's the writer of this, who's kind of Marvel's main writer right now in general, has been building up to it somewhat, introducing all these vampire characters across Moon Knight especially, maybe across Doctor Strange and some of his other runs. And it's Pepe Larraz doing the artwork coming back to Marvel. And it should be really good. There's like this new vampire team they're introducing and stuff, and a whole bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes that I guess we'll find out more about once all the tie-ins are coming out and everything. I'm going to try to do a review of this one. I think I'm going to read it right after I finish recording this, and then do like a non-spoiler review where I'll actually take it out of the poly bag and show some of the interior artwork and everything. So if you're curious about that, then stick around for that video. Along with it though, they did this promotion thing where they sold these red like plastic vampire teeth. I'm not really going to put these to use, so honestly it's just another hunk of plastic, but what's cool is these cards in the back. There's like, maybe I'll just unwrap this, whatever. It's not going to be worth anything, I assume. Maybe people will go back and watch this 10 years from now and laugh at me, but usually these little Marvel things aren't crazy. If I can open this, let's see. But the cool thing though is just that they have these cards in the back there's like a bunch of different options. They had ones for the actual creators themselves, so just like pictures of Jed MacKay and Pepe Larraz. And then they also have all these profiles on a lot of the characters that are involved. So my shop had a good amount of them left, so I was able to kind of choose what I wanted. Hopefully the mic isn't picking up too much of this audio. But let's see here. So here's the teeth, whatever, right? And then this card that has this new vampire team called the Blood Coven. So I guess they're going to be the main villains of Blood Hunt. I'm not sure if there is going to be one leader or whatever, or really what the deal is going to be. We don't have too much information. But yeah, so that's a cool collector's item right there. Moving on though, we had our first Blood Hunt tie-in also released today. Another one written by Jed MacKay. This is Vengeance of Moon Knight number 5. The people at my comic shop were actually saying that this is worth reading before Blood Hunt number 1. So I guess, although it does say Blood Hunt tie-in on the side, it's really more of a prequel that leads right into it. I'm really looking forward to this series continuing. I'm super excited for Jed MacKay to be writing tie-ins on all of his ongoing series that are going to be tying into the main series that he's also writing. He really is just Marvel's main guy in so many different ways right now, especially now that we've had it announced that he's going to be writing the new ongoing X-Men series also. So I'm not sure how practical it's going to be for him to be writing 4 ongoing series at once long term. My guess is that he's probably going to step off of like Doctor Strange or maybe Avengers soon. And we'll see what happens with that, but amazing artwork in here. It's by Capuccio. We have still the main creative team on board, even though it's just tie-ins to an event now. And yeah, I'm super excited for Blood Hunt, so look out for that review. Next up, though, another one from Marvel. This is also a pretty big release. I didn't realize this was coming out today. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to give it a chance or not, but I picked this one up off the stand since it's a pretty small week anyway. Deadpool and Wolverine in World War III. This is just promo for the movie pretty much. I'm not sure how like in continuity or important this series is actually going to be. Like I don't know if this is Krakoan Age Wolverine or just some kind of solo story that might be set at some point in their history. It's written by Joe Kelly, who did that like non-stop Spider-Man series a little while ago. Still occasionally does stuff for Marvel. Cool, we've got some horizontal pages here actually. I always like when they take creative risks like that. But Adam Kubert does the artwork in here. I like what he did on Wolverine with Benjamin Percy back when he was still drawing that series. So I guess that's an easy promotion for him to step onto this now that he's done with that run. And hopefully they have a good dynamic. I think Joe Kelly was like pretty central in developing Deadpool as a character initially, right? He wrote like his first miniseries or something. If I'm recalling that correctly, you guys will have to let me know in the comments if you know more about that. He seems like a good writer for this. I like Deadpool and Wolverine's dynamic a lot of the time. Feels like there hasn't been too much of a history between them, actually. I feel like they're really leaning into it now that there's the movie coming out, obviously. and we'll see what this is all about. I think this is a good price for the amount of pages you get too. So when it's big releases like this, Marvel knows they got to step it up so that fans aren't angry about spending too much for a small amount of pages, right? Lastly, though, this last issue I picked up is another event comic. We have Fall of the House of X tie-in. This is X-Men number 34. Really cool cover here by Joshua Cassara with the main cast all assembled. As we're drawing to the end of the Krakoan Age, we just have one issue left of the Fall of House of X and Rise of Powers of 10 now. And then there's one more issue, X-Men 35, that's like gonna cost $10 or something, that like is the end to all of it, that wraps everything up in some big story and somehow leads into the next era. I'm looking forward to seeing what the deal is going to be. We really don't have any details on like what the status quo shifts are going to look like over the next couple of months and what exactly is going to happen at the end of this Krakoan era. I'm glad they were able to end it off in a pretty climactic way, though. I love big event books like this, where it's just the mutants against this force of Orcus, and they're really at their lowest, but having to try to work their way back up to the peak that we saw them at for most of the Krakoan era. We have Joshua Cassara back on artwork for this issue. It feels like he took a few months break there during a lot of the Fall of X tie-ins, but it's good to see him finishing off his run on the main X-Men title strongly here with these last couple issues. So, I won't say too much more about this. I'm a little bit behind on Fall of X stuff. I still have to read the last couple issues of Rise and Fall, as well as I think the last issue of X-Men, but I'm looking forward to that. So that's X-Men number 34. Those were the only 4 issues I picked up this week. It'll be good to have some time to catch up on other things because I'm a little bit behind on reading in general. But look out for my review of Blood Hunt. I'm going to read it right now and then record that. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.